We are in the granddaddy of them all. It's the Rose Bowl here in the college football playoff in season 7. It's Utah State versus Nebraska. It's a 10-3 Cornhuskers team. They went 6-3 in Big 12 play. And we have had a perfect 13-0 season, pretty much dominating our way to this point. We have only had one game all season that resulted in a one-score game. And we are coming off of our first shutout of the entire series in a 42-0 Pac-12 championship game victory. I think Nebraska offers a unique challenge, but I don't think they're a team that we can't beat. Anthony Tobin enters this game with 33 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, and he has had 2 games this season in which he's had 6 passing touchdowns. Juan Lima is a 93 overall and is having one of the best seasons of his career with 18.5 total sacks. And it's pretty much been the entire season that he has dominated. Dylan Garrison has also had a breakout junior season with 14.5 sacks. He has 5 in his last 3 games. Andres Sosa at safety is finally going to be named a captain, and he has been one of the best players on this defense. Looking at Nebraska's schedule here, they had a really bad loss against Wisconsin, 50-21, in the game that they allowed 23 points in the fourth quarter. They also had a game against Indiana in which they really had to try and make a second half comeback to even win. And then a game against USC where they gave up a second half comeback to the Trojans. This is a Nebraska team that has very few games on their resume that really stand out to me. The one that does is the game against Georgia in the first round of the college football playoff. They have a pretty solid running back in Ezekiel Oladukin. And I think they also have some pretty good receivers that are going to be difficult to stop, mainly because of their speed. Darren O'Malley is the number 1 quarterback in college football, but unfortunately, they're going to be without their number 1 running back in Darren Correa. Like I said, Ezekiel Oladukin is how you say his name. I'm probably going to mess that up throughout this entire game. Is a receiving back, so he will be used as a runner and as a pass catcher in this game. On the offensive line, Nebraska is dealing with some injuries, and the depth that they have behind those guys isn't really that great. Their best player is their right guard, but other than that, the rest of their offensive line isn't the best in the world. Defensively, however, they're really good along the defensive line. Their linebackers are pretty solid as well. And then, although their corners aren't very fast, they are pretty solid. And their safeties, it's the same deal. They're not the fastest in the world, but they're really solid. They're not going to allow you to take the top off the defense. They're going to play smart, they're going to play sound, and they're going to play physical. This is Big Ten football that Nebraska is bringing to the Rose Bowl as we are underway here in Pasadena. Nebraska will get the football first. It's fielded in the end zone, and it will be taken out. This is returned up to the 15-yard line, and that's where quarterback Darren O'Malley will take the field. Nebraska, 448 yards per game of offense as they begin with a man in motion, and they give it to Oladukin up the middle, and he'll pick up maybe a yard, as that's how the game will get started. It's Dalvin Kubila fighting through the block and then fighting through the center to make the play. 2nd and 9 now, bunch to the right now for O'Malley. He throws to the outside, it's caught by Oladukin, and he's going to have enough for a first down. So Nebraska gets the first down of this game. 26-yard line now. O'Malley throws to the outside. It's broken up by Catapano. What a play by Miguel. 2nd down now, man in motion. They feed this one to the other running back you're going to see in this game, and that is Rob Reinhart. 3rd and 6 now. Oladukin back in the game, and they run it, and it's a tackle for Tecklenburg, and that's going to force a Nebraska punt. So Utah State gets off the field early here in the Rose Bowl. Steve Ellis will fair catch this one at the 27-yard line. And that will bring out redshirt freshman Anthony Tobin, as he's been one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Here is a pitch down to Garrett. He's got space to the outside, but it runs out quickly. Nebraska flying to the football. That's Thrash on the tackle. 2nd and 10 now. Tobin throwing the deep ball, and it is caught by Tyquan Garrett. Like I said, I didn't think that they would allow us to take the top off the defense, but Tyquan Garrett has had an excellent season, over 1,000 yards receiving. Here's Xavier Blunt on the ground now. He's got the angle. Can anybody catch him? No, it's a touchdown for Utah State. An early lead for the Aggies here in the Rose Bowl, and they are off to a hot start. What's new? I mean, we've seen it all season long. Early in the season, of course, we had a couple of games in which we started out slow. What comes to mind for me is the Cal game. And then we also started out really slow against Notre Dame in the first meeting. Since that point, though, we have dominated the start to every game. 2nd and 9 now, Aladakun in the backfield. Here's O'Malley underneath, and this one is caught for a pickup of 8 yards. 3rd and 1 upcoming for Nebraska. At the 28-yard line, Reinhardt will break the tackle of John Fowler. He's got a first down and more across midfield. Rob Reinhardt with an excellent carry. And that's a first down for Nebraska. They give it right back to Reinhardt, and he's going to pick up 6 more on the ground, 38 yards on his first 3 carries. 2nd and 4 now. Here's a throw to the outside, and this one's caught for a first down. Nebraska moves the chains to the 32-yard line now. Here is the give to Reinhardt, and he's taken down for a loss. That's B.J. Garrison, the best linebacker in college football. 2nd and 11 now. Aladakun in the game, and it's Garrison again. As Dalvin Kubila shaken up on the play. We already don't have a ton of depth at defensive tackle. As this one's dumped off to Aladakun, and he's taken down by Dante Kahn. And Nebraska will have to attempt a field goal. It's a 45-yarder, and it is good. Nebraska on the board in this game, 7-3. Utah State leads. As they take possession at the 18-yard line. Play fake now. Tobin will get out of the pocket, set his feet, throws, and it's caught by Darrell Ferkser for a first down all the way to the 44-yard line. An excellent play by Tobin as Utah State spreading the defense out now at the 44-yard line. Tobin will step up in the pocket and scramble and pick up 5 yards to midfield. Would later bring up 3rd down and 5. Tight formation. Tobin is going to throw the deep ball to Qualls now, and he comes down with it and scores. Utah State takes a lead 14-3. Zach Qualls has not been a really great deep threat for us this season. He's that guy you throw it to on 3rd downs. That's what we did that time. But Qualls just kind of mossed the defensive back. And it's a 14-3 lead for Utah State. Nebraska takes over at the 15-yard line now. Pistol set. Rob Reinhardt takes it to the left and picks up 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Here is O'Malley in the pocket. It collapses. O'Malley gets out of it. What a run from O'Malley. As Darren O'Malley will give Nebraska a first down to the 29-yard line. Here's Aladakun now taken down for a pickup of 1. That's Greg Tecklenburg doing an excellent job off the edge. Here's McLean coming in, and that's going to force an incomplete pass. 3rd and 9 upcoming for Nebraska. Here's O'Malley. Pitches this one out to Aladakun now, and he's got a first down. Ezekiel Aladakun on the first down carry to midfield. Reinhardt now will take it up the middle and pick up 3 more. As the first quarter winds down, 10 seconds remaining. O'Malley throws this one out to the running back Reinhardt. It's another speed option first down for Nebraska. Rob Reinhardt was 61 yards rushing in the first quarter. Aladakun now taken down for a loss by Christian Stuckey. And that's going to later bring up 3rd and 11. They go with the draw, and it's Greg Tecklenburg again. And I don't like that play call from Nebraska. A long field goal, a 47-yarder, and it is good. Nebraska makes this a 1-score game. It's 14-6 here in the Rose Bowl. Play clock winding down here for Utah State at the 21-yard line. Tobin is going to throw the deep ball now. It's Tyquan Garrett with the step as he loses the football but corrals it. It's a first down for Utah State to the 31-yard line. This defense has not done a good job at stopping the passing attack from Utah State. Here's Tobin now, wide open. It's Zach Qualls for a first down as he takes it inside the 10-yard line. And Utah State knocking on the door yet again. Here's Tobin on the quarterback draw up the middle, and he picks up 4 yards. 2nd and goal upcoming for Utah State. From the 2, give to Lehman up the middle, and he will be shy of the end zone. 3rd and goal upcoming for Utah State. Here is a pitch now to Lehman. Outside, he's taken down for a loss, but a penalty flag down. And it will be coming back. It's Madison Penner getting called on a holding. And Utah State will just attempt a short field goal. The kick from Villalobos is good, and Utah State has an 11-point lead here in Pasadena. Nebraska takes over midway through the second quarter. at the 17-yard line now. Throw to the outside, and it's caught for a pickup of 6. 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Cornhuskers. Here's the give to Reinhardt to the outside. He's taken down for a loss. Christian Stuckey on the TFL, and Utah State will get the ball back again. 2nd and 8. Tobin underneath. It's caught by Zach Truen, and he has a first down on the catch. And a nice little rack yardage there from Zach Truen. 2nd and 10 now. Tobin will get out of the pocket, throws to the outside. It is caught by Firkser for a first down. What a pass by Anthony Tobin, fitting it into a tight window. And then Darrell Firkser does an excellent job as well. And Utah State has it 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line as Firkser can't come down with it. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for Utah State. They spread the defense out now. Tobin to the end zone. Garrett with a step, and it's broken up in the corner. And that's going to bring up a 36-yard field goal attempt for Utah State. Villalobos' kick is good, and it's a 14-point lead for Utah State. 20-6 the score. 1:44 remaining in the first half as this one is caught for a pickup of 6 yards. Nebraska needs a lot to go right in this game because Utah State is pretty much dominated, and Dylan Garrison gets the sack. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for Nebraska. Utah State looking for a stop. Aladikun up the middle, and he's inches shy, and Utah State will use their first timeout here. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Tobin in the pocket. Throws underneath, and it's caught by Deshaun Lehman, but a penalty flag down. And that will be a holding on Demarius Ahmad. And at this point, Utah State is comfortable with just taking this one to the half. Zach Qualls, 3 targets, 2 catches for 77 yards, and a touchdown. The junior receiver has done an excellent job so far in this game. I'm pleased with the way we've played on offense. I'm pleased with the way we've played on defense in this game. 20 points. We've only allowed 6. You literally can't get much better than that right there. Anthony Tobin continues to impress me. He continues to make plays throughout this season. And when the stage has been at its biggest moments, Anthony Tobin has shined. As we begin with the football, and Xavier Blunt's going to line to throw this one, and it's caught by Zach Qualls at the 41-yard line. What a play call to begin the second half. Xavier Blunt, a wobbler, and it's caught by Zach Qualls. Xavier Blunt also took a shot on that play, as he's going to get the carry now on first down, and Blunt will pick up 8 yards as he heads to midfield. Nice little start to the second half now as Blunt takes this up the middle, and he's got a first down to the 43-yard line. This is still only a 2-score game, so Nebraska just desperate for a stop at this point. Tobin's going to throw this one deep now to Firkser. He's got it for a touchdown. And Utah State extends their lead. It's 27-6. It is a Rose Bowl blowout at the moment. Anthony Tobin has just dominated this game so far. And that linebacker is not going to be able to keep up with the fastest tight end in college football. And that's what Darrell Firkser really is. As Nebraska takes possession, trailing by 21 at the 19-yard line, as they will swing this one out to Aladikun, and he's going to have a first down reception to the 37-yard line. His 3rd catch of the game. Tight end in motion now. Rob Reinhardt, the running back, he gets the carry and picks up 5 yards as B.J. Garrison is shaken up on the play. 2nd and 5 now. Play fake. Here is O'Malley throwing the deep ball now. That's Caleb Van Roten down there deep, and he scores the touchdown. Nebraska answers. That is exactly what they needed to get back into this game. And it now goes back to only a 2-possession game. This is no longer a Rose Bowl blowout. Nebraska has a chance to get back into this game now. As Utah State set up at the 20-yard line, Xavier Blunt up the middle, and he's going to pick up 4 yards. Utah State, with another score, though, I think could try and put this game away. 2nd and 6 now. Tobin steps up in the pocket, and he scrambles for a first down. But there is a penalty flag down, and it's going to be coming back. A holding on Utah State. That'll bring up 2nd and 16 now. As Blunt's taken down for a loss. 3rd and 18 upcoming. Nebraska looking to get off the field. Here's Tobin in the pocket. Hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Nebraska inside the 5 and taken down at the 1-yard line. You have got to be kidding me. Zach Truin was wide open. If the blocking holds up, then that's a touchdown for Utah State. Instead, Nebraska has the ball at the 1 yard line. O'Malley to the end zone, and the pass is dropped. Second and goal upcoming for Nebraska, as O'Malley stopped at the 1 yard line by Don McLean. Third and goal upcoming. Nebraska needs a score here. They run it, and they get in the end zone for a touchdown. Nebraska has now made this a one-possession game. Don't call it a comeback yet, folks. 27-20. Utah State takes possession. Tobin will get out of the pocket now. Follows his blockers, and Tobin will pick up the first down all the way to the 45-yard line. Third quarter about midway through, as here's a carry with Deshaun Layman now, and he picks up 3 yards. We really haven't seen a whole lot of Xavier Blunt since his early success. 3rd and 7 underneath, and it's caught by Zach Qualls, and he is a yard and a half shy of the first down marker. Utah State's going for it. From the 46-yard line, Layman up the middle. He's got the first down. Utah State moves the chains. They're going right back to Layman. He's taken now for a loss back at the 43-yard line. They go 5 wide now, 2nd and 11. Tobin will throw this one deep to Qualls, and he can't come down with it. 3rd and 11 upcoming for Utah State. Layman in the game at running back. From the 43-yard line, Tobin in the pocket. He steps up. He's trying to scramble. Tobin puts his head down and picks up 9 yards, but he's a couple of yards shy of the first down marker. Utah State's going for it again, and Layman's got it. A first down to the 31-yard line, and we will now enter the fourth quarter. Here's Layman on the draw up the middle, and Layman will pick up 7 yards. Utah State is putting together a championship caliber drive right now, as Layman picks up the first down to the 17-yard line. Nebraska desperately needs a big play. Here's Layman. He's taken down for a loss. I guess you could say that's a start, but they're looking for a takeaway, as Nebraska's going to get called for an offsides here. Defensive tackle moved into the neutral zone, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 8. Tobin will throw the curl route. It's caught by Zach Qualls inside the 5-yard line, as he has 117 yards receiving. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Layman, the running back, they give it to him, and he scores the touchdown. Utah State makes it a 2-score game once again, and Nebraska, after coming back and making the game competitive, now needs 2 more scores to try and tie this game up. Deshaun Layman, he got the bulk of that possession right there, and he made plays when they required him to. It's a 14-point game for Nebraska to try and come back from, as they go to Latticoon on first down. He picks up 9 yards. They would pick up the first down and later bring up 2nd and 8 now. Here's a throw to the outside, and a pass is dropped by Caleb Van Roten. 3rd and 8 upcoming for O'Malley. In the pocket. Here comes pressure, and he's going to throw this one away. Wisely throws it away, as O'Malley only 118 yards passing on the game. 4th and 8. Here comes pressure. O'Malley in the pocket. Throws to the outside, and the pass is dropped by Latticoon. He's known for being an excellent receiving back, but he's unable to come away with that one, and Utah State looks like they're in the driver's seat to try and win this game. Daniel Jones picks up 8 yards. 2nd and 2 upcoming for Utah State. Here's a give to Jones up the middle, and he's going to pick up a first down to the 26-yard line as we are midway through the fourth quarter. Nebraska does have all 3 timeouts, however, and that's a pickup of 3, 3rd down and 7 for Utah State. Here's Tobin in the pocket. Nebraska brings pressure. Garrett on the move. Tyquan Garrett to the corner, and he scores! Utah State has put this one on ice. It's 42-20 here in the Rose Bowl, and Utah State's a couple of minutes away from heading to the semifinals. 2 minutes to go in this game. Here's O'Malley on 3rd and 7. The pass broken up by Mike Perkins. And Nebraska will line up to go for it. 120 yards passing for O'Malley. 4-man rush. He throws this one. It's intercepted by Pat Snow. Pat Snow with an interception in the Pac-12 championship game, and now one here in the Rose Bowl. And that will do it. 41-20. The score. Utah State is moving on It's not going to be a quarterfinals exit like it was last season when we lost to Georgia. Do I think Nebraska is the best team that we're going to play in this college football playoff? No, I do not think that. But a 41-20 victory, and still, we continue to dominate every opponent that is put in front of us. I could not be more pleased with the way we played in this game. Of course, we had the interception that allowed Nebraska to make this a one-score game, essentially. That's not on Anthony Tobin. Realistically, what it is at the end of the day is just an excellent play call by Nebraska, an excellently timed blitz, and Tobin just didn't have the time to throw it. If he had half a second more to throw it, that's a touchdown to Zach Qualls, and the game is pretty much over at that point. But even with the third quarter comeback that Nebraska had, we still outscored them in the second half. We ran the ball efficiently, we passed the ball efficiently, and we are on our way to the semifinals here in the college football playoff. Darren O'Malley was not good. 11 for 20 passing, only 120 yards passing. But Nebraska did run the ball really well against us with Rob Reinhart and Ezekiel Aladakun. Then Aladakun was their number one receiver in this game. Caleb Van Roten had a deep ball touchdown, but other than that, their receivers were just shut down, really. Xavier Blunt had a completion in this game on a crazy halfback pass to begin the second half, as he just really didn't see the field all that much in the second half. It was more so Deshaun Layman. And Zach Qualls, Tyquan Garrett, and Darrell Ferkser all had over 100 yards receiving in this game. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I thought we would have with this receiving for this season. Defensively, though, only one sack, and it was by Dylan Garrison. So Nebraska did an excellent job at slowing down our pressure, something that many teams have not been able to do this season. And we will be taking on Penn State in the Cotton Bowl. They are the 4 seed, or I guess they're ranked number 4. They weren't the 4 seed. And you also see here that we've also lost our 2 coordinators. Alan Canaday was our defensive coordinator. He's been hired by Clemson to be their new defensive coordinator. And Eric Hoffman has been hired by Florida to be their offensive coordinator. So now we're looking at Greg Rivero from Florida. And then Willie Godwin is another player that we are going to try and hire from within. 31-28 was the score in the Penn State-NC State game as they won the Fiesta Bowl, and they will take us on. Unfortunately, no more Brendan Sensabaugh. Penn State has a new quarterback. They have a new game plan, everything like that. They went 11-3, losing to 10th-ranked Washington. They also lost to Maryland by 3 points and lost to a 7-win Illinois team by 12. They beat Houston in the first round of the college football playoff, and then they beat NC State in the Fiesta Bowl. And then Eli Hargraves is their running back, a 4-star senior who has exceptional power, but he's also extremely elusive. He's just not the fastest guy in the world. Their defensive line isn't really that great, but their linebackers are really, really solid. But unfortunately, 2 of them are going to be injured. So another kind of situation to deal with there. Penn State, however, does have some really good corners and some really good secondary players in general. Anthony Tobin, 36 touchdowns and 9 interceptions on the season. I'd love for him to get 40 touchdowns. That would be crazy. And then defensively, we have Juan Lima honing in on 20 sacks on the season. And then Andres Sosa and Pat Snow each have 4 interceptions. We are still perfect. We're 14-0. We're looking to become the first ever team to go 16-0 and be national champs in the 12-team college football playoff. But Penn State stands in our way, and I think they're a much better opponent than Nebraska. So we are up for a challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.